was also the month in which we saw a lot of the sort of punched up hikes on petrol and diesel come through. But even some of the other products, kerosene, for instance, is running at 90%, sort of inflation compared to a year ago.
Yes, I think the fuel story is a very interesting one. We're seeing, so we know what we talk about a lot is the pump petrol and diesel prices. So we know what's going on there. They increased, but alongside kerosene, which is the main lighting fuel in rural India, is non-regulated, so it follows market prices, market cues. That has really shot up. The other thing that has shot up is bulk diesel, again something used a lot in rural India to work agricultural pumps. That shot up too. So we've seen these parts of the fuel basket, which the rural Indians use to a large extent, shoot up pretty aggressively. But on the other hand, if you look at electricity tariffs, they haven't really gone up yet. Generally, electricity tariffs, which are dictated by the discoms, take about 12 to 18 months to be revised. And that's a bigger part of urban inflation. And I think this fuel story, the fact that kerosene and bulk diesel have gone up, but electricity tariffs haven't gone up yet, is the main reason today why rural inflation is so much higher than urban inflation. I think this is sort of an important point to keep in mind, because eventually when electricity tariffs are increased, then urban inflation will begin to catch up. And once urban inflation begins to catch up, the urban purchasing power, which has been a main driver of growth right now, will begin to sort of moderate a bit, and that will have growth implications.
Since you mentioned the rural versus urban sort of gap between inflation, again, coming at a bad time. I mean, you've been writing consistently about rural demand. Wages have not really picked up very much. So high inflation, coming from food, fuel, which are the largest parts of their consumption basket, will probably dampen demand there.
Yes, I think rural, unfortunately, hasn't been doing well since the middle of last year. And many things have sort of coincided, starting from volatile rains last year to the Narega support being a little lesser than people had anticipated. No big increases in PM Kisan after the first sort of lot. Construction demand, again, being a bit volatile because of volatile rains. So a lot of things came together, high rural inflation. Unfortunately, the pressures remain there. The one silver lining is wheat exports, the fact that rural Indians are being able to export and earn some extra money. But now, there's a problem with the quantity of wheat available because of the shriveled crop. So we'll see how it goes. Generally speaking, rural demand is weak. I would watch out for two things. Number one, monsoon rains. If they are good, maybe we'll see some improvement in rural India. And the other thing I'll watch out for is construction. If over time construction activity picks up, especially in urban India, and that's a main source of wages for rural Indians now, then maybe we can see the rural fortunes turn. But for now, it is not looking very good.